Today I'm gonna be doing a video on Tokyo Ghoul. So this Tokyo Ghoul video is gonna be what if Rize decided that she should save King Kaneki instead of trying to kill him. So yeah. So it would be usual him and Rize meeting up and Rize telling most of the truth. Then they go in the alleyway. And hold up, I'll be back. So Rize and Kaneki are in the alleyway. This is when Rize says what she says, cause it's going from like basically what it says in like the anime. So Rize is trying to kill Kaneki, but then like as she's trying to kill him, she gets a taste of his blood, and she says, and like in her mind she says, it tastes really good. So she tries to take more from him, and and then and then and then after that, she thinks and realizes how cute she thinks he is. So she helps him out. I mean, like she basically, like she's almost killing him, but then she decides I shouldn't do it, so she doesn't do it. And instead of her being like I shouldn't do it, so she decides to save him and take her to like basically a hideout for ghouls. So she takes him there, and I would say that she knows a little bit about healing herself and humans. So yeah, this is when she this is when she this is when she then like, you know what, she takes her to a doctor for ghouls, and the the ghoul doctor says they are gonna be able to save him if do this and that. So they did it. They put some of Rize's flesh and him, and Rize can since Rize is a bench eater, she can heal pretty fast. So yeah, she just healed fast instantly without much with without the damage being basically done to her. So yeah, this is when after that she takes him to like this abandoned hospital far away from like basically pretty far away from the city, so people won't know that he's basically missing. So this is when like after Rize leaves, and like she's gone for 3 whole days. Then after the 3 whole days is done, she brings Kaneki a bunch of like ghoul flesh, and just in case, she gets him a burger, two burgers, and after that, Rize then can like after 5 minutes later, Kaneki wakes up. He starts questioning where is he, and then this is when he sees Rize basically sleeping next to him. So he like jumps and like pushes himself off the bed of Rize, like away from Rize. So he does this after Rize hearing a big bang. She wakes up and she sees that Kaneki is on the floor and he looks scared. So he looks really scared, and after like after that, Rize just says good morning and how are you doing. Kaneki being hold up. So Kaneki being speechless that Rize that he just basically almost died, and now he just waking up next to the person that almost killed him. So he doesn't know what to say, and Rize doesn't know what to say either because she almost killed him. So it's silent for 3 minutes, and this is when Rize says, "Are you hungry? I have flesh on the table right there for you, just in case you need it." He says, "What makes you think I would need flesh to eat? Don't you have anything else?" That's what Kaneki says. So Rize is saying, "No, you are a half human, half ghoul now, so you can rather eat your human food, or, well, ghoul flesh, human flesh." So this is when he tries to eat the human food and he throws it up, and he says, "What did you put in it?" And he says, like, "What did you put in it?" She says nothing. And then this is when he tries to eat the human flesh. He's having a difficult time putting it in his mouth because he doesn't want to be a ghoul, but he kind of has no choice. So, yeah. This is then up. This is when uh this is when Kaneki is this is when Kaneki eats the flesh. Like he takes kind of a small bite out of it. So yeah. He takes a small bite out of that flesh, and hold up. So he eats a little bit of that flesh and he thinks it tastes good, so he starts eating more and more until it's gone. So this is when this is then when Kaneki this is when Kaneki is eating the flesh, kind of crying a little bit because he realizes that he's a ghoul now. So this is when Rize comes up to him and pulls out her cognate, and she's basically doing this doing this while Kaneki is eating the flesh, crying a little bit. And she just tells him to eat more and more. And this is when he's done eating all the flesh. And I mean all of it. There was an arm, a heart, some human liver, and basically all of that. So Rize basically killed a bunch of people just to get that flesh. And she ate a little bit of it herself, so yeah. So Kaneki ate the flesh of Kaneki ate the flesh of someone, I don't know, someone. So this is when he asks Rize what's going to happen to him now. Now that he's a ghoul. She says do the same thing you always did. Just don't eat human food that much. And if you my bad. Just don't eat human food that much. So and when you do eat the human food and if you have to throw up, just hold back and swallow it. So this is when Rize trains Kaneki to do it, and and then and then Rize says, but you cannot live in the city anymore. This is when Kaneki asks why. She says, because if you do it, the CCG will find you and they're going to kill you. So he says, fine then. So he agrees with her because he knows she's right. But he still doesn't really like her that much. So but like I'll say over time they get to know each other because they would go hunting together, and I'll say that they went to Anime Skrillex and got a mask for Kaneki, and Rize also got a mask. I don't know what type of mask Rize would have, but I'll just say it'll be the type of mask with a smile on it, kind of. Yeah, that kind of mask. If you know what type of mask I'm talking about. After that, this is when a ghoul challenges Rize, and Rize is kind of like losing because she hasn't really eaten flesh in a while, and because she hasn't really eaten flesh in a while because she has to share it with someone else that she never really did before. So yeah, that's what happens to Carnegie, and so that's what happens to Rize. She's losing the fight. Carnegie not knowing not know what to do. This is when he hears a voice in his head, and it's Rize's voice. He thinks she's saying this, and instead, and she's just like basically sitting on the floor, passed out, and then the last words to Kaneki before it was like she really does pass out was, help me. So this is when Kaneki kind of loses it, and his whole cognate gets out, and he just starts attacking Rize. And he just starts attacking the guy who's attacking Rize, killing him and eating his cognate and his flesh. After that, he takes Rize. I'm gonna say like while Rize and him were hunting, she was also showing him the ropes and how to get to certain places. Like just because you're a ghoul now and you're gonna like have to hunt and have to have a ghoul doctor on your side basically. So yeah. So this is when people get word that Rize and Kaneki are hanging out. But the rumors start going to them from hanging out and to them from dating. So people completely forgot about them hanging out and people just think that they're dating. So yeah. And I'll say that over the time that they got to get along, hold up. Over the time that they had got to get along, they they like over the time that they got to get along, Rize starts feeling a connection between her and Kaneki, and Kaneki is starting to like her a little bit more, but like still kind of doesn't like her because she tried to eat him and kill him. Hold up, I'll be right back. So Kaneki is starting to so yeah, they get along pretty well, but Kaneki still hates her, like I said. But Kaneki is falling for her again, little by little, because he says that because the things that she said to him while they were on the date were like kind of true, because she does like to read books about, well, you know who. I forgot because I haven't seen the anime in a while. So yeah. So Rize and Kaneki are spending more time together. Then this is when uh, Hide calls and he asks Kaneki if he wants to hang out. And he asks Kaneki if do you want to hang out and uh he asks Kaneki if you want to hang out and that you and Rize have and that you and Rize date go well. This is when this is when Kaneki says, yeah, I'd like to hang out. And then Rize takes the phone and puts in the date went well and we're dating now. And then and then that being sent to Hide basically saying my man. That's what Hide says. And I am very sorry if you can hear that. That's my cousin crying because she doesn't want to leave the house. So I'm just gonna leave her beef right now. So hold up. Sorry if you heard that. That was my cousin yelling. Sorry. So I'm just gonna say this as a reminder just in case I did pause it. So so um Hide says Hide texts Kaneki over the phone saying if you would like to hang out. Kaneki texts Hide. He texts Hide saying, yeah, I'd like to hang out. And this is when Hide just remembered that he was on the date with Rize. And then this is when he texts, did the date go well? This is when Rize sees this and takes the phone from Kaneki. And she texts in, the date the date went really well because over the time that Rize got to know Kaneki, he basically knows what to say over the phone and like over the phone and not over the phone because she knows Kaneki pretty much well. Like she can basically read Kaneki like a book, basically. So this is when Rize gives Kaneki the phone back, and here they sees the text. He says, "My man." So and then he texts and then he they texts him saying, Would you like to bring your girlfriend on? Would you like to bring your girlfriend to hang out with us?" So he has no other choice but to say yeah because he doesn't want to seem rude because he just got finished eating a bunch of flesh and basically um Kaneki knows that he won't be hungry for like a few months. So yeah. So and he doesn't want to seem rude to Hite. So he just says yeah. So this is when um Rize and Kaneki this is when Rize and Kaneki go to go to Hide, and this is then when Hide says to Kaneki, "How did the date go?" He says it went well, and then this is when like they're all walking and they're talking. Then this is when Hide introduces Kaneki to his friend that's in college as well. So then after that, basically he basically they're talking. This is when Kaneki says hi to him, and he says hi as well. This is when um I think so. This is when Hide knocks knocks out. I mean, this is when the guy Hide's other friend knocks out. This is when Hide's other friend knocks out Hide, and this is when Kaneki starts dueling this guy. But Kaneki is ready this time because he knows how to use his Kagane. He knows how to use his hold up. He knows how to use his Kagane now, so yeah. Hide then then this is when um because Kaneki is like kind of losing this, so he doesn't know what to do, and the guy's choking him like half to death, choking and all that crap. Then this is when um sorry. This is then when Rize grabs him and throws him across the room, and she tells him not to touch Kaneki, and this is when he says this is when he says you two are dating, so it's true. That's disgusting. Like that's what he says. That's what the guy says. Then this is when Rize just starts beating the crap out of the guy. And yeah, that happens. And that happens. So since So yeah, they basically beat the crap out of. So Rize basically beats the crap out of him, and then then Rize and then um this is when Rize takes Kaneki's friend to the nurse's office, and like she takes Kaneki's friend to the nurse's office, and this is when Rize gets back. This is when Rize gets back. She knows that the guy is gone, and Kaneki is still there, passed out, because he was being half choked to death. So he just passed out. So she takes him back home, like back to basically her house. So yeah, this is so he's so Kaneki is laying on the bed that they usually sleep on, and Rize has a chair right beside him, and she's reading the book. He wakes up after like 15 minutes later after what just happened. After 15 minutes later after what just happened. So Kaneki not knowing what to do, he just attacks. This is when Kaneki wakes up, and he says what happened to and he said what happened. Rize says, "Calm down, you just passed out." So he says, "Oh." Then he asks her, "What are you doing?" She says, "I'm just reading the book." Okay, guys, this is where I'm going to end. So this is when, hold on, I'm not going to end it right here yet. So this is when Rize sits, this is when Rize gets up and sits on the floor next to Kaneki, where he is laying on bed. And she kisses him on the lips. This is where I'm going to leave it at. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more. So yeah, see you guys later, and bye.